it's not lost on me that the most human characters in this are the robots.
Yes.
I think there's a very interesting, like, in the age of dawning AI, like, what does that mean that the robots have the most humanity and soul of any character in this by far, both for good and for evil?
Yeah.
Well, and I would even, I made that note as well, rewatching it and just being like, whoa, what are we supposed to make of that? And I think this is a movie that is like deeply informed by like personhood, the philosophies of personhood, the idea of personhood, even to the point, by the way, about like the immateriality of soul.
Yeah.
Right. So like when he has to be
at the end, Wally gets rebuilt, and then where is he? He's not in there. He's looking at Evie. He's not seeing the woman who he's been in love with this whole time. And as the audience, you feel like he's gone. Where'd he go? Even though like he's there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's dead, even though the body is moving.
So you have that whole like sheep of Theseus, thing, right? Go on. You're like, oh, we replaced all of his parts. Is he still Wally? And then all of a sudden he is somehow. And you're like, oh yeah, and so like there's this deep personhood. There's comments on personhood, and we're using robots to do it. Is what I noticed. Oh, then what is it? I think the brilliance of the movie is when they show how robotic humans can get. How
you can abdicate your humanity as well as have agency to step into it. Yeah,
that's right. And so, what happens when we become so robotic by choosing comfort, just choosing comfort and convenience over everything else? And what we're robbed of is that the personhood. We're robbed of our personhood.
Well, and that's the captain's journey is he's the first one who discovers his sense of agency that he has over just like everything that's thrown at him. Like, wait, I actually have some decisions I can make here, and I can kind of override the programming and just telling me what to do this whole time. And that's the start of the humans regaining their humanity.
And what I noticed, I love actually, Micah, I didn't really quite connect that. This like, oh yeah, Wally plants a seed into Eve, right? And actually how like that bears so much fruit in people, but one of the things I did take note of was how Captain McRae, which was this was the first time on rewatching I even paid attention to his name.
Yeah.
It was just like the captain, but he kind of goes through all of the stages of human development. Like he kind of wakes up as a baby, being taken care of by the robots and not being able to dress himself, and and then you see his like education stage, right, where he's like learning about Earth, and he's like really eating all that up. And then you see this like teenage rebellion stage, and he's like, "No, Otto, like you can't tell me what to do." Into like full maturity, where you see like that moral imperative where like things click, and he says, "We have to go back," and then becomes the captain that's needed to actually like take ownership again of the ship.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I was in that moment where he said, I grabbed the quote where Otto is like, I'll do it, and he goes, you know what, I should do it myself. And it's like that's like that's the
turning point for humanity. And
you know what, I should do it myself. And that's like it. And that little tip, and I think where is that? Because that's after we catch him. He's doing his little play with the thing landing, right? And when he's narrating his dialogue and his little pretend of the ship landing, what he's narrating is, but he's like, no, I did it for all of you. Like, so what he's pretending to do is servant leadership.
Yeah.
And so he's playing his way into servant leadership, whereas Otto represents this dominating control leadership. And regardless of whether Otto thinks he's doing it for the right reasons or not, it's that picture of authority where authority forgets why it was put there in the first place. You're put there to serve and to steward. And Otto has turned into, no, I'm here for control. And in fact, my role as controller is so important that I will jeopardize humanity. Like when he's tilting the ship and the babies are going to die. I mean, that's pretty dire. Like he's about to kill all these babies under this furniture and for the sake of maintaining control, because, in this, he's a robot. And so you can't really hate him for it, but it's got that, how we can see that in, hierarchies throughout history of once a hierarchy becomes inhuman and it's more bent on control than it is on service in leadership.
Well, in robot terms, it's what's the directive that gets prioritized. So control this is the thing that needs to happen above all else. And if humanity and getting back home, all those things are expendable at this, because this is the thing that's been placed at the top of the hierarchy. And this is really where the moral issue lies, is what's that thing that's going to be at the top? What's the ultimate good that everything else serves it?